All right. Hi, everybody. Okay. Welcome to tonight's team call. We are going to talk about posting, which is something that's really, really important because it's what people who do know you and what people who don't know you see every single day. And that's how they're going to feel connected to you. That's how they're going to feel like they can trust you and how they're going to want to share this journey with you, as well as sign up with you. Because if your posts aren't awesome and they're not consistent, they're going to find someone else who does have awesome and consistent posts, and they're going to follow them instead. So let me share. I always forget how to do this. Okay. Perfect. So to go to my PowerPoint. All right. The first topic is going to be how to make your posts seen. Okay. So Facebook's a little weird, and there's an algorithm for it that always changes, like all the time. So basically how it works is Facebook is going to move any live videos to the top of the feed. In case you didn't notice, like, unless you set it that way, your posts are not shown in chronological order, and that's because they have a certain way that they're shown. So live videos are first, and then regular videos, then pictures with text, and then just text. That's why it's so important for you guys to make sure you put a picture with your text, okay? That among many other reasons why it's important, which we'll get into later. And it's more important to do a live video over a regular video. For me, honestly, live videos are easier because I don't have time to like go back and look at it and be like, oh man, like I should switch this. I need to edit this. That just takes more time. And when you're going live, you're more real with the people anyways, and they see you as like a normal person instead of this like perfect, flawless person that they can't relate to. So keep that in mind. Try to make sure there's a picture with all of your text or a video, and try and aim for a live video at least like once a week, because that will push your video to the top of the line, and then more people will start seeing your stuff. Next is about interaction. So basically, the more interaction there is with your post, the more people are going to see it, especially immediate interaction. So if you post something and right away someone likes it or comments it, then more people are going to see that post. Okay. If it goes like a couple hours without getting any interaction, less people are going to see it at all. One way to help this is to respond to every single comment. So if one person comments, make sure you comment back. Don't just like it, comment back, because you're creating more interaction, which will make it so more people see it. And I can tell this is true because like if I have a post that has like comments on it and then I respond, all of a sudden I have like 30 or 40 likes on the post when typically I get like 15 likes on a post. And that's with no comments. Only provide links to another Facebook page. Okay. So if you're going to post a link anywhere on your status update, make sure that it only links to another Facebook page. Don't share it from a third-party source, because basically then you're telling people on your Facebook to go away from Facebook, and obviously Facebook doesn't want that. So they're going to make it so less people see your post. So you can share stuff. I know some people share videos that they think are funny or from the news or whatever. I don't really recommend this in the first place, at least not on a regular basis. But if you're going to do it, make sure it's linked to a Facebook page and not, some random news site or somewhere that's going to lead you away from Facebook, because people really aren't going to see it. And basically, if they're not commenting and liking on that post, they're less likely to see the next post. This kind of ties in the next point, common interactions with other people. So basically, if someone likes my post or comments on it, they're more likely to see the next post that I post, okay? Also, if I go to their page and I like a few of their pictures or I comment on a few of their posts, they're also more likely to see my posts. So when you are interacting with people, that's how they are going to continue to see your posts. So especially for me, like if I have someone that I'm really interested in trying to sign up, I'll make sure I'm commenting on their statuses and liking their posts and stuff and their pictures, because that makes it more likely that they will see my posts on a regular basis. Also, post original pictures, not Google Images. So don't just go to the Beachbody website and download a picture. Don't just, go to Google and find an image of whatever you're talking about. Find a picture of yourself or take a picture of yourself. Don't spend an hour doing it. Like the important part is to learn how to do the whole one and done selfie. Like still keep in mind only 10% of your friends are going to see your post. And you don't have time to make every picture perfect. I'm going to show you a couple apps that like help it a little bit, but people need to see that you're real and they need to be able to relate to you. And if you have like a model picture that's like photo edited, for every single picture, that's just not realistic. And it's not going to be, a real reflection of who you are, and people aren't going to be able to connect with you as well. So try and make things interesting too. If they're funny or they're inspirational or they give a helpful hint, people are going to be more likely to like it or share it, which goes back to the more interaction, which will get more people to see your post. Also, ask for opinions or feedback. A lot of the time, it's good to like ask an opinion question at the bottom or ask people for feedback on something, because, like I said, it will get more people to comment, and then it will make your post more seen by everybody else. Also, don't advertise on your personal page. Advertising is for your business page, and you want people to connect to your life and not see you as an ad, because if they see you as an ad, then they're going to not want to keep looking at your post, and they're not going to like your post because they're going to feel like you're being salesy as opposed to just sharing your life and sharing your story and them wanting to follow you. Okay, pictures. You. When it comes to your page, they should know who the page belongs to. Over time, you guys are going to be signing up people you have never met before, and they have no idea who you are. And if they come to your page and the only thing they see is pictures of your kids, the only thing they see is pictures of your boyfriend, they're going to have no idea who you are, and they're not going to have a person to connect to and feel like they can trust, which is so important when it comes to this business. So when you're posting pictures, you need to post them in a way that makes them feel like they're getting to know you, they're learning your story, they're learning about you, so that if they do ever meet you in real life, they honestly feel like they already know you. For me, I had never met Bonnie, but I saw all her posts, and through those posts, I heard her voice and I saw her, what she looked like. By the time I met her, I felt like I knew her, and that's exactly how it should be if you ever meet a challenger or a coach that you've never met before. Okay, I get you guys want to share your life, and part of that is sharing your kids, is sharing your significant other, and sharing about your friends, and that is definitely okay. You want to do that. However, just make sure that there's no confusion on who the coach is, and who they should be trusting and who they should be getting to know. I had another thought. Oh yes, just a little thing that if I come to your page in the first 15 seconds of me scrolling, I should be able to tell who the page belongs to and that you are a health and fitness coach. So keep that in mind when you are posting pictures. Every single picture doesn't have to be Beachbody, and it definitely shouldn't be, but I need to be able to tell what you're into, what kind of person you are, and that you do this as a job within the first 15 seconds of me scrolling. That's why it's helpful to make the little collage of 5 pictures that stick on the top of your profile all like somehow Beachbody related, so they can see that, as well as your cover picture, so that they have an idea of what you're doing. Don't post stock pictures, and stock pictures are basically just like Google Images, or like Google Images with quotes, or something from Pinterest that has nothing to do with you. Like you can just, if you find a quote that you love on a Google image or on Pinterest, take that quote and put it over top of a picture of you or a picture of, you know, something in your house, your workout room, your shake, something with your hand or your foot in it, something that makes it your own and not just an internet picture, because you want it to stand out to people and you want them to still connect it to you. So down the line, when people are thinking, oh man, it's really time to get in shape and I'm really ready for this, they're going to remember that quote. They're going to remember, you know, someone talking about a workout or healthy eating. And if you've never posted pictures of yourself to connect it to, then their first thought isn't going to be, oh, so-and-so, I should go to them, because they won't have any connection. Switch it up. Do not always post a sweaty workout picture. Like, I know it's hard, and I know sometimes it's hard to get creative, but you can't get someone's attention by posting the same exact picture every single day. They're not going to know it's different than yesterday's if it's too close to the same. So you can find different poses. You can do it in different parts of your house. You could have different pieces of workout equipment in your hand. Whatever it is, just make sure it's not a picture of your sweaty face every single day, day after day, because that's not going to attract people. And honestly, they don't care. They want to see, you know, eye-catching things and creative things and, you know, just something that's different. Make pictures bright. I'm going to go over this a little more in the next slide when I talk about apps, but you don't want things to be depressing and dark, because people are going to scroll right over them. The darkness is more linked with like negativity. You want it to be bright and happy and positive, and that will be more eye-catching and make someone more likely to stop scrolling and actually read what you have to write. Also, it is important to have subliminal messages in your pictures. So for example, you don't always have to have your Shakeology pointing towards the camera, and you don't always have to have the word Shakeology on the bottle, like in view. You know, you don't even have to use the Shakeology shaker. Like, you can use a cup, you can have Shakeology. So like, what I mean by subliminal messages is in the background. So it's not in the front of the picture. You know, for me, like, I try and wear my Coach sweatshirt a lot, so it says Coach on it, and people get that engraved in their head. Or I put my Shakeology in the background of my picture when I'm talking about something totally different in my post, you know, or my personal development books in the back. Stuff like that people are going to see and not necessarily like think about right then. But if they see it enough, they're going to remember it over time. And all of a sudden it's going to be in their head, and they're going to be like, huh. And then by the time you approach them about Shakeology, they will have seen it so many times that it will be more likely that they will say yes. I was just talking to someone earlier about this. It takes 7 to 9 like times on average of someone to see something or hear about something for them to actually commit to it. 7 to 9 times, like, that's a lot. So you can use all the help you can get. So instead of just shoving it in their face, put it in the background. You know, they will see it on a regular basis. And then by the time that you talk to them about it, you know, and then you follow up with them about it, they will be more likely to be all ready to be on board. Okay, apps. I know a lot of you have questions about apps, because apps are fun and cool pictures are awesome. Be honest, I use Instabeauty and it's awesome. And I know I've told some of you about it and you think it's awesome. I'm not even kidding you. It just makes you look perfect and beautiful, and like you have flawless skin, which I love, because then I never wear makeup anymore and it's awesome. So Instabeauty, it brightens your pictures and it makes your skin look really pretty. And just make sure you don't go too crazy, because if you like do it too much, it definitely looks fake and like kind of blurry. So just make sure you use good judgment and make sure it looks natural but bright. PicMonkey, I use this a lot for my cover photos and for making sweet graphics. I honestly cannot figure it out on my phone. The phone app is like really weird. I always just use it on my computer. There's a free version. It tries to get you to sign up, but you literally just go to picmonkey.com and then you click on the design tab, and it doesn't make you sign up or anything. And you can choose if you want to do like a cover photo for Facebook or just another graphic. Like I've been doing like the one I did yesterday for all of you guys who alphabet. So I would definitely recommend that. It's great for like collages and like doing cool like overlays and stuff like that. If you are curious how to do something on PicMonkey, honestly, just Google or YouTube it. I really like how you can like cut out a person and then like put it over top of another picture, which is called overlay. And Katie Hefner actually makes a really awesome video on how to do that. And she makes a couple other PicMonkey videos, tutorials. So I would just check her out if you have any questions on that. Next is Blur Editor. That's one I use, but you can definitely, there's a bunch of different apps for blurring the background. But it creates focus on you, which is awesome because when people are scrolling through Facebook and they have so many pictures to look for, you want the focus to be on your picture. So you need to make it pop. And one way to do this is to make you pop and the background be blurred out. And so it's going to make your pictures different than every other picture that they're scrolling through. So if you brighten it and you like blur the background or something, it's going to make it pop more likely than, you know, all the other pictures that are just the same that they're scrolling through. Also, I use it to like blur out addresses and stuff because your guys' profiles are public now. So for example, like if I'm going to the post office to mail something and I take a picture, and then I realize like, oh crap, you can see someone's address on there. I just blur it out a little bit because we don't need any creepers, you know. You never know. Sometimes we add wrong people and I don't want anyone weird showing up at my house. Snapseed, I actually really like the filters on there. They're pretty cool, and you can brighten on there as well. That's a free app too. Photofy, I use that one a lot. Mainly it like flips your pictures and you can add cool text and you can add like little cool graphics and stuff and crop it, and it makes it like you can make it directly like Instagram size or whatever. WordSwag, I actually just looked into it because I saw that Lindsay Matway has it. It creates really cool words, like all those words that you see on like really cool picture quotes. But that one costs money, so, you know, I'm cheap. So that's up to you guys. All the rest of these are like free, but you can like buy certain add-ons to them. What to write about. Okay, so I'm going to make this simple, you guys. I know it looks like a lot of writing, but to be as simple as possible, my suggestion for the start is to literally break it down into 3 parts. 3 posts a day, 1 about your shake and healthy food, 1 about workout, 1 about your life. Easy. It gives you something to focus on and makes you so you're not thinking, oh my gosh, what should I post about today? Like, it's just such an easy way to break it down until you get used to posting 3 times a day. Okay. Once you get a little, you know, more consistent and it's easier for you to post on a regular basis, there's so many other things you can write about. Okay. Obviously, it's really important to have challenger invites and coaching invites because you're not going to grow your team and you're not going to make money unless you're inviting people. And it's so important, even more important than publicly, to invite them privately in a message. But they're also going to look to your page to see if what you're saying to them holds up on your page. So it's so important to be inviting challengers publicly, to be inviting coaches publicly, you know, talk about the benefits of, you know, and what it means to be in a challenge group and see results and support each other. And same goes for coaching, you know, show them how your life looks because of coaching and show them the bright and shiny parts of it. You know, you want to attract them. You want them to see how great it is and how much this has changed your life. You guys can read through all these. I'll post them in the team page after this call, but, you know, post about your victories. It doesn't just have to be like how much weight you've lost. Little victories in life. So many other little things we can focus on. You know, talk about how you got started, what keeps you going, your favorite kind of things, your goals, you know, your childhood, how it affects your life now, how your friends and family are supporting you in this business. Fun facts, like, what makes you guys different? What's special about you? You know, like for me, it's my fish and I love to share about them, but you know, what makes you stand out from all the other Beachbody coaches? What's going to help you connect to more people than you already do? So I'll post this list for you guys in case you need ideas in the future, but just share about your life. And it doesn't always have to be about Beachbody, and it shouldn't be about Beachbody. Like, they need to learn about your life and they're trying to get to know you and you want them to get to know you. And your life isn't 100% Beachbody. So you need to share about, you know, other things as well. Your family, your friends, what you like to do for fun, your other job if you have one. that kind of stuff. So they just get closer to you and they feel like you're being open and can trust them. And if you're just 100% Beachbody, they're going to feel like you're salesy regardless of how you're phrasing your things. So keep that in mind. Do's and don'ts. Okay. Like I was just talking about, share your journey and don't be salesy. I know some of you guys are a little stressed out because when you're sending your invites, you feel like you're being salesy. And I don't want you to feel like that at all. One way that I kind of get away from this mindset is to think to myself, has Beachbody made my life better? Because of it? Have I reached more goals because of it? Has it affected my life in a positive way? And the answer is yes. Like if you guys know me at all, you know that like Beachbody has totally changed my life. And I just think about that because is it fair for me to basically keep this from everybody? No, because I want everyone to be provided with this opportunity and I want everyone to have the ability to change their life the way that my life has changed. And if I keep it to myself, they don't have that opportunity. So instead of thinking that you're being salesy, think about it as you are sharing your journey and you want them to join your journey and see the same success that you have seen. And they can't do that unless you guys reach out to them. And honestly, if you don't reach out to them, somebody else will. Don't make long lists or one paragraph. Space things out and make them easier to read, okay? So when you're making a post, don't just list a lot of things. One thing I like to do is you can add little like emojis so it's more bullet points, but don't make it really long because if you make it really long, someone's going to get through the first 5 and then they're going to be over it and they're not going to care. Same thing goes with one long paragraph. If they see one long paragraph, they're going to be like, yep, keep scrolling, like not happening. That's why it's important to just make little mini paragraphs. So take 2 or 3 sentences, depending on how long the sentence is, enter down, so there's a space in between and then do it. You can write one long paragraph and then just look for the places that you can break it up because when someone sees it, they're going to think it's shorter because in their mind, they only have to read that one little paragraph and then they just have to read that one little paragraph. And that's a lot more easy to comprehend than one super, super long paragraph. On Instagram, I'm kind of trying to figure out how to do that. If anyone's mastered that, please let me know. I've found that if you like enter down and you put a period in the space, it works, but only if you have no punctuation at the end of the previous paragraph or if you use an emoji at the end of the last paragraph, something like that. But like for me, I'll post something really long on my Facebook and then I'll post like the short version on my Instagram because people tend to not really read so much on Instagram anyways. That's more what Facebook's for. Okay, explain what you are talking about. Enough to create curiosity, not so little that they don't care or aren't interested, okay? So, for example, don't just be like, I started this new program and it's awesome. Because they're going to keep reading. They're going to be like, okay, whatever. Like, I don't care at all, okay? But you want to explain it a little bit, but enough that they'll still ask you questions. So you would say something like, oh, I'm so excited. I just got 21-day fix in the mail. Like, it's only going to be a half hour a day, so it's totally realistic. I can't wait to see my results. Something like that that's a little more elaborate, but they still want to ask questions, especially for something like, for me, for the longest time, I had no idea what the 3-day refresh was. And so I was really confused when people were posting about it. And so if you just say like, oh, 3-day refresh or ultimate reset, I can't wait to start, then people are going to be like, okay, I have no idea what you're talking about because it's, you're not explaining it all. So they don't have a way to get interested or a reason to get interested. So it'd be like this 3-day detox that's going to totally jumpstart, my weight loss or something like that. Then people are going to be like, oh, hey, I want to do that. Like, because you're telling them why they should be excited about it or what exactly it is and why they should want it in their life. If that makes sense. Don't be whiny or depressing. Be happy and positive, okay? I've had so many people say that they love following me because all my posts are positive, okay? If you're going to be whiny and depressing, whine to your best friend or your boyfriend or your girlfriend or whoever because nobody wants to hear that. There's so much negativity on Facebook already. There's so much negative negativity in the news, and you being negative and sad all the time is not going to attract people to you, okay? I don't know if any of you have read The Energy Bus, but it's amazing, and it's seriously wonderful, and you guys should all read it. But basically, you want to attract positive people. You want to attract the kind of people who want to welcome change into their life. You don't want someone who's going to be depressed and say, oh, my life sucks, there's nothing I can do about it, because that's just not the kind of people we want on our team. And that's not the kind of person I want you to be. And I know it sounds silly, but that whole fake it till you make it thing, that's a real thing. Like at the beginning, I was like, I'm just going to pretend to be happy and positive. And let me tell you, I am so much more happy and positive than I used to be just by pretending I was. You know, and I get that you have bad days sometimes, and it's totally okay to share your struggles, but in a way where you're talking about how you're overcoming them, not in a way that's like, oh, feel bad for me because my life sucks. Okay. Nobody wants that. They want to be able to come to you for encouragement and inspiration and positivity when they're feeling down, not further their depression by reading your posts, if that makes sense. One important thing to do is battle objections. So any objection that you might have had at the beginning, say, you know, a price objection, a money objection, you know, a working out at home objection, battle that in your posts. So make a post at least a couple times a week that's battling an objection that you have. So be like, oh, I didn't think I had the time, but here's how I made the time. I didn't think I had the money. This is how I made the money. Because all those people who you aren't talking to and who are following you are watching you every single day, and they have all these questions. Sometimes they might not be, you know, comfortable coming to you at this point, or they just have this objection in their head. So they're just like, whatever, like, I don't want to do it because of this. If you're battling those objections publicly, they're seeing that and they're going, oh, okay, so my objection really isn't that valid. Maybe I should give it a try. And then by the time you go and send an invite to them, they're going to be more likely to get on board. Talk to the old you. If you're kind of struggling on how to phrase things and how to word things, you know, this is one of the things I learned at Summit, is that talk in your posts like you're talking to your old self. So remember the person that you were before you started Beachbody. For me, I was less confident. You know, I was depressed all the time. I didn't like myself. I didn't understand why my friends, you know, liked me, stuff like that. So when I'm making a post, especially like a personal post, trying to get people on board, I try and talk to that old person who was afraid and didn't have, you know, any belief in themselves that they could accomplish whatever they wanted to accomplish. Talk to that person, because those are the people you're going to attract. People who used to be like you, who want to be like you are now. I know I said this right at the beginning, but be consistent or they will find someone who is, okay? There's people who are watching you every day. Like a month ago, I made a really personal post and like no one liked it, and I was really upset. And then this one girl I went to high school with liked it. And something else I learned at Summit was to go out of your way to thank people who like or comment on really personal posts or something that was hard for you to write. Just so they know that you appreciate them. So I did exactly that. I went and I messaged this girl and I was like, hey, like, I really appreciate you liking this post. It was a really hard thing for me to share, and it means a lot that you actually took the time to read it. And she wrote me this whole long essay back, and she was like, you know, right now in my life, fitness is not a priority, and that's just where I'm at. You know, I don't care about the fitness or the healthy eating, but I watch you every single day and I read every single one of your posts, and you are so inspiring, and seeing your positivity just makes my day. I know she's there watching every single day, and if she's there and she hardly likes any of my posts, many other people watching me every single day. So if I were to just stop posting and stop being consistent, those people are going to go find consistency elsewhere. So just make sure that you're staying on track, because people are watching you, whether you think so or not. Okay. Oh, that was the end. Okay, back to me. Maybe. Oops. Oops. Okay. There we go. Maybe. Okay, I'm back with my crazy hair. Oh, you know what's about posts? So today I actually talked to this girl on the phone who I've never met before, which was super nerve-wracking for me. But one thing she said is she's like, I scrolled through your Facebook and I looked at all your pictures and, you know, to get an idea of who you are and what results you've had and, you know, if you're the kind of person that I think can help me. And she thought I was post. Guys, it's so important. I know it's just Facebook. I know only 10% of your friends see it when you post it, but that doesn't mean that people aren't scrolling through, catching up on your posts. Doesn't mean when you go and add someone new, they are going to scroll through your posts and they're going to look at your last 5 or 6 or 10 posts. And if they're really lame or they're not a picture of your face or there's some stupid video you shared that has nothing to do with anything or some stock image and they have no idea who you are, probably going to hit deny on that friend request because you will not be adding value to their life. And that's the most important thing is we want to add value to people's lives. We want to help them. We want to encourage them. We want to change their life the way Beachbody has changed our life, but they need to see that. And they need to get to the point where they feel like they know us and can trust us before they're willing to join us on our journey. So keep that in mind. If you guys have any questions on posting, feel free to always ask me. I can always check out your page and help you out a little bit. Also, it's important to remember that done is better than perfect. So just make sure you're getting it done. Try for 3 a day or find a reasonable number that you can do at least 1 a day. You know, try to make sure you're consistent and try to make sure you make time. For me, I write down a bunch of ideas I have so that when I don't have any ideas, I can just post it and it takes 5 seconds and it's easy. I'm going to be honest. I have heard from multiple people they do this, so I started doing it when I feel really confident one day or I feel really pretty or I have good ideas. I just take a couple pictures and I change my jacket because why not? And then you have a picture later for whatever post you're trying to make. So I know you guys are capable of this. I hope that you found this helpful and it will help you in your post down the line. So if you have any questions, just let me know. I'll post these slides in the team page so you have access to them and you can check out all these notes. All right, I'll talk to you guys later.